Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Josh, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the top 5 savings accounts that you can consider opening this year. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, the interest rates that you will be seeing shopping around are going to be substantially lower than what they were just a couple of years back. In fact, the national average right now sits right around 0.06%. Despite this being the national average, there are still several banks out there that offer well above that amount. Usually, it's the bigger banks out there being the ones ripping you off, giving you interest rates as low as 0.01%. This means if you were to deposit $10,000 at that rate, you would only be earning $1 per year in interest. Considering they'll be gaining much more on the $10,000 you're giving to them, it's really just not all that fair. On top of that, considering that inflation already steals around 2% of your money each and every year, I never really recommend storing much of your money in a savings account. However, with that said, it is always a good idea to have at least 3 to 6 months of money stashed away in an emergency fund, just in case you fall upon hard times. Let's say that you either lose your job, hopefully not anyways, or have a huge unexpected expense come up. This is money that you should have stored away untouched unless, if, and only if an emergency type situation were to come up. This is why I do recommend opening up a savings account, but only storing away anywhere between 3 to 6 months of living expenses in your account. And even though there aren't a lot of great rates out there, in this video, I am going to list the 5 best accounts that you can choose from. A few things that we are going to be factoring in while ranking these banks is what the current annual percentage yield is, or APY, their customer service, how easily you can get a hold of someone if a problem does occur, hopefully not though, and then some of the other factors such as their minimum deposit and their fees. Okay, so without wasting too much more time, let's go ahead and jump into the list for today. Alright, so starting off at number 5, we have Quantix High Yield Savings Account. And this is a bank that most people have probably never heard of. They first started out being named as Golden First Bank, and they were based out of New York. They currently have an APY rate of 0.55%, which is quite a bit higher than the national average. To open your account, you need a minimum deposit of just $100, and once it's opened, there are no monthly service fees. Speaking of $100, if you'd like to earn 2 free stocks from Webull and get started investing, you can sign up using my link in the description box below, deposit $100, and Webull will give you 2 free stocks with the combined value being up to $1,850. So that's definitely something that I recommend considering. Now, back to Quantix Bank. Just like any other bank, there is a limit of 6 withdrawals per statement cycle, which really shouldn't be too big of an issue because, again, this is mostly going to be an account you can use for your emergency fund. You're not really going to be transferring money out of your bank all that often. Now, one of the drawbacks of this bank that I could come up with is the fact that their customer service hours are pretty limited, only being available from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. during the week, and then on the weekends, unfortunately, being closed. So if you work a normal 9 to 6 type of job during the week, you may run into some issues if you need to contact someone over the phone. Okay, moving right along to the next savings account on our list, which is Live Oak Bank. Currently, they also offer an APY of 0.55%, which is also well above the national average. They also don't have a minimum balance requirement like you see with some of the other banks, although you will want to make sure to keep at least $10.01 in there, as they will close your account after 2 years if you don't have any activity. Just like Quantix Bank, their customer service hours are also pretty limited, only being available during the week, and then, unfortunately, being closed on the weekends. Next up on our list for today is Community Bank. Just like Quantix and Live Oak Bank, they also currently have a 0.55% annual percentage yield. To open an account, you must start with a $100 deposit, and unfortunately, they do have a pretty limited maximum deposit balance limit of just $10 million per account holder. This was pretty disappointing to me and could be a real deal breaker to those with more than $10 million to deposit. All jokes aside, just like with the other two banks on our list, they don't have any hidden fees, and the only real fees that you will be hit with are the main ones such as overdrafts or outgoing wire transfers. If you'd like to have paper statements, it will cost you $5 per request. However, you can always get around this by simply printing out your own statement online, which will also be much quicker than having to wait for it to arrive in the mail. As far as their customer service goes, they're open for calls during the week from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. Central Time, and then also during the weekends and most holidays from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Alright, so now we're down to the second and first banks on our list, which has been pretty hard considering how closely contended these banks have been. But first, if you have been enjoying the content in today's video so far, I would greatly appreciate it if you could take just a second out of your day to like this video, just so YouTube can help push it out to other people like you. Okay, so back to our list. At number 2, we have VO Bank. Now, I've personally been with VO Bank for the past few years, and I can say personally that with my experience, that they have been nothing but wonderful. Anytime that I've needed to call in, they hardly have any wait times at all, and their support team is always so friendly. Even though when I started with VO Bank, their rates were much higher, they still currently stand at 0.57%. I also have to say that even though this sort of sounds like an ad for them, I am not being sponsored or being paid whatsoever by them in any shape or form. I've just had a really great experience, and I feel like most of the time, people will only leave a review for a company if they have a bad experience. So far, I've had nothing but positive experiences with VO. To open an account, you will need to start with $100 and there are no monthly fees. However, just like Amenity and some of the other banks, if you do wish to receive paper statements in the mail, you will have to dish out $5 per statement. Of course, like I mentioned before, you can see all of your statements online for completely free, and if you want to have the paper version, you can always just print one out. They also have great customer service hours, being open from 7 a.m. through 9 p.m. during the week, and then also being open during the weekends as well. Okay, so we are finally down to the number 1 savings account on our list for today, which, again, has been pretty hard to rank, considering that all these banks are really great banks. However, at number 1, we have Axos Bank. And really, the only reason we have Axos at number 1 on the list is because they currently offer the highest APY at 0.61% for the first $24,999.99. After that, the APY does drop off just a little bit. However, if you do plan to keep less than $25,000 in your savings emergency fund, you'll still get the highest rate that they currently offer on your money. They're also currently offering, for a limited period of time, a $100 bonus when you open a high yield savings account and essential checking account when you use the promo code GET100. To open an account, you will need to start with $250, but after that, there are no minimum balance requirements. Just like the other banks on this list, there are also no monthly maintenance fees or any real hidden fees. Their customer service hours are also available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, excluding holidays such as Thanksgiving and Christmas Day. So again, even though I did try to rank these banks in order, you really can't go wrong with any of them. They all offer pretty good rates considered what's currently being offered on the market, and even though inflation will still be higher than the rates that you'll be earning on your money, it's still good to have just a little bit of money set aside just in case you fall on hard times. Also, I strongly recommend that before signing up for any of these banks that you do read into their terms and conditions as well as their fees, just to get a better idea of what to expect. With any video that you watch on YouTube or article that you read on the internet, you should never take my word for it and always do your own research as well. So with that said, I do hope that this video has been helpful. If you did enjoy the content in today's video and you'd like to see more videos like it, I would greatly appreciate it if you could take a few seconds out of your day to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also ring the notification bell. That way, you'll be the first to be notified when I do upload a new video. Okay, so until next time, I'll see you guys, and I hope you have a great day today.